It's Jerry Jones, owner of the Cowboys, talking about Dak Prescott and Cooper Rush. He is relaxed because Cooper Rush is 3-0 this season, 4-0 overall, but 3-0 this season, filling in for Dak Prescott. And I don't know, Jim. You know, some people just have, you got to really convince them that what looks impossible is possible. You know, some people, you just got to inspire them a little bit. They don't believe in the team. Maybe they don't believe in themselves.
You know what, Michael? I don't want to turn this into like Dr. Phil, but we may need to really like dive into why you need constant reassurance. And
you already said it off the air.
It goes back to your childhood. Not enough hugs, not enough positive affirmation. Exactly. I don't know, but we got to get a grip.
This is all true. I was the youngest. I'm the youngest of three. I felt like, hey, why does this happen? I should be getting more attention. I should be spoiled. Why are you holding me to this high standard? I need to be babied. And so I didn't get enough attention. You're absolutely right. That's it.
Yeah,
but I tell you,
I know. I see the signs. The clear signs are right there.
You see it all. I'm admitting to it. But I'll tell you this, Ashley. 3-0 has me feeling pretty good about the Cowboys. I'm sort of kind of rooting for them. It's really weird. I haven't been like that ever in my life. Now I'm rooting for the Cowboys. I think part of it is because Michael Smith said they couldn't do it. So I had to go the other way and say they can. How do you feel about them? I know it's your team, but do you think this is sustainable? Do you think that they are on the same level as, say, the Eagles in the NFC East?
I think it's sustainable to a certain point of the season, right? The NFC East has the easiest schedule of all the divisions in the NFL. So that works in your favor, especially when you lose your starting quarterback. I think that it's an asinine statement to make when people are like, Cooper Rush is better than Dak Prescott. No, he's not. Like, there's a reason Dak Prescott is a franchise quarterback. I think that people have short-term memories in sports and they only remember what you have done recently and not what you have done overall. And overall, Dak Prescott is a better quarterback than Cooper Rush. The team needs him to be successful for the long term. Obviously, the first game that he was in this season wasn't the best showing, but people seem to forget what the team looked like when Dak was out the entire season, right? And that's not to knock what Cooper Rush is doing. It's incredible that he's being able to hold this team above water and to do it successfully. They're actually winning games. They're not getting close. They're not losing games. They're winning. So every win counts, and it just makes Dak's job a little bit easier when he gets back. But to say that this team can survive without him, absolutely not. That's not the case.
But Ashley, I'm curious how you feel when Jerry says something like, no, 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 at this moment. Why put a qualifier on that? Why not just say no, period?
Right. Yeah, Jerry's a showsman, like he likes the attention. He likes, the star of the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, the spotlight. I don't really agree, and I've never really been a fan of how he seems to subtly or directly throw Dak Prescott under the bus, whether it's talking about, not having enough money to pay other guys because he's given all his money to the quarterback. Nobody forced you to pay Dak Prescott. Let's make that very clear. You paid him because you had to, because where were you going to get another Dak Prescott to lead your team? Every team needs a franchise quarterback. You dragged your feet for as long as possible. You saw what the team looked without him, and you had to pay him. So doubling back and kind of throwing these subtle shots out there and making it seem like there's a quarterback controversy. There's no quarterback controversy. It doesn't exist. Right now, Cooper Rush is the quarterback because Dak Prescott cannot grip the football. Once Dak is cleared to play, he's coming back for his spot. That's just how it works. So I think Jerry just likes, the sound bites and the hot takes and the headlines, and all eyes are on Dallas as they normally are. But Dak's not losing his job, and Jerry needs Dak, and he needs to stop acting like he doesn't. It's really that simple.
I'm going to ask this.
I can see you had a follow-up. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I realize I may be asking the wrong person. But tell me why the Cowboys can overtake the Eagles in this division.
I mean, I feel like we're a better team, top to bottom. I think that we have a better quarterback. That's no knock on Jalen Hurts. I'm a big fan of Hurts. I've been a fan of him since he was in college. But I think overall, when we have a healthy Dak Prescott, he's better than Jalen Hurts right now. I also think the offensive schemes that the Eagles run sometimes are suspect. For some reason, they don't utilize their receivers as much as they should. I see Jalen Hurts running that ball himself a lot more than he should when you have a deep receiver roster like the Eagles do. If I had a fraction of that, Dak would never leave the pocket, but I don't. So he's got to do a little bit more movement. So I think that it's going to come down to the schemes. And that's one thing that I find frustrating is like you see Kellen Moore calling plays for Cooper Rush that are allowing him to flourish in the space that he can flourish in, right? Kobe Bryant had this saying where it's like, dance beautifully in the box that you're comfortable in. And Cooper Rush is dancing beautifully in the box that he's comfortable in. And that has to do with the play calling. I didn't see that in game one for Dak. It was asking a lot of him that he doesn't normally do. And again, it's not all on the play calling because Dak's decision-making was a little bit off as well. But I would like to see plays called for Dak that are within the box that he can exist in to be successful. And I think that if we get him back for that Eagles game, it's an easy win. Yeah, easy.
Easy win.
Easy win. Easy. I like the trash talk already.
Come on now.
All right. No,
she said she didn't stutter. She didn't stutter.
I like it. Ashley, does it change your opinion if Dak is not there and Cooper is there at Philadelphia, as you can see there on the schedule, coming up on Sunday Night Football? Sunday Night Football, check it out. I got my own Sunday Night Football mug. Yeah, new logo, new year. But if Cooper is there, do you like the Cowboys to win at Philly?
I still do. You know, I'm a big fan of the old school mantra, defense wins championships. Also, defense wins games. And I think we have one of the best. We're also the best at getting to the quarterback. So Jalen Hurts is going to be running and scrambling a lot. So I'm confident that the defense, as long as you can score and as long as you can go ahead and the offense has enough time on the field, whether that results in a field goal or an actual touchdown, or even if you have to avoid the 3 and outs because you don't want to exhaust your defense. You don't want them like, hands on the hips kind of thing, like looking like they need oxygen. You need them an ample amount of time for them to go ahead and recuperate. If you have a healthy, just defense on that field consistently, I don't see how the Eagles offensively are going to be able to combat that. And personally, I don't want Dak back if he's not 100% for that Eagles game. I think they play tough. I think they're going to be coming for him. And the worst thing you want to do is put a quarterback out there that's 50, 60, 70%, and then run the risk of him getting injured even more. And then down the line, deeper into the season, now you don't have your franchise quarterback because you wanted to be a hero in week 6. If he's not ready, keep him out of the game. If you lose it, you lose it. If you win it with your backup, you win it with your backup. But do not force him and do not allow him to come back on that field until he's ready.
Jim and Ashley, we know that I think the NFC East is the only division in football that has 3 relevant franchises. Most divisions have 4. This division has 3 relevant franchises in the Cowboys, the Giants, and the Eagles. I can't even remember who that other team is.
Yeah, me neither.
But out of those 3 teams, that's for you, Gary Carter. Shame on you, still rooting for that team. You know better. You know better. But out of those 3 teams, are we talking about legitimately? Are we talking about Eagles, Dallas for the crown, or do you look at the Giants, who the Cowboys already beat Monday Night Football? Do you look at the Giants and say, hey, maybe they're unremarkable, but they are 3-1. They're going to be a tough out. How do you see it?
No, I think, the saying, every dog has its day. And I think the Giants have just had their days lately and they've gotten lucky in some games. But I don't think the way that team is constructed is sustainable for the entire season. I mean, you have Daniel Jones out there like leading in rushing yards. That's not okay. Like he's a quarterback. It reminds me of like Cam Newton era with the Carolina Panthers, the year they went to the Super Bowl. He was the leading rusher as a quarterback. You just can't exist like that. And Daniel Jones is no Cam Newton, in the terms of, physicality and things like that. So he's going to start breaking down. Now, the situation with his ankle, you got Saquon Barkley out there playing QB1, running Wildcats. That just can't happen. Like, it's just not okay. I think that when it comes to complete rosters and rosters that are functional and are sustainable for an entire season, the only competition in the division right now are the Eagles and the Cowboys. So it's going to come down to them, I think, when it's all said and done, unless, something catastrophic happens. But I just don't think that other team in whatever state they play in, city, I don't know, where are they from? Wisconsin? I don't know. Washington, wherever. Wherever that other team is a non-factor, but the Giants are just, they're in disarray. And I know Odell paid them a visit. Don't do it, OBJ. Don't go back there. The glory days are over. Do not go there. Don't do it. You have a ring. You don't need to go there.
Well, here's what I'm curious about. If the Eagles game is going to be easy, and Michael, we need to have her back on the Monday after that game. But if the Eagles game is going if the Eagles game is going to be easy, who is it in the NFC that truly the Cowboys have to be concerned about?
I'm looking at that Rams game this upcoming week, and I'm kind of like,
I'll be there.
I'm interested. I know they didn't have a great showing against the 49ers last night. The 49ers are a great team. I think Jimmy Garoppolo, people give him a lot of crap, but I think that he does just enough to where, surrounded by an incredible team, he can win games. He doesn't have to be Tom Brady. He doesn't have to be Aaron Rodgers. He just does enough to where everyone around him can be successful. And all he has to do is just, guide the ship a little bit. But I think you can't underestimate the Rams. I mean, Aaron Donald is a beast, one of the best in the league, if not the best in the league. And it's going to be interesting when you don't have your starting quarterback, your QB1, your franchise guy out there, how Cooper Rush is going to go ahead and navigate those waters. He may get lucky and, Aaron Donald may not have the film on him like he does Dak Prescott, but I don't know. That's going to be a tough game. I'm not looking forward to that one too much.
Am I hearing this correctly? Is that the only one you're concerned about, the Rams going forward?
I mean, obviously other teams, I think you can never count out the Bucks. I know Tom Brady's going through some things and he doesn't look like himself, but it's still Tom Brady. It's still, the Super Bowl winning Buccaneers. There's a lot of teams. And although I say it's going to be an easy game, it's never easy when it's a division game, especially a team that I feel like the Eagles, for as much as I dislike them, I will say that that's a really good-looking team. I think they're well coached. I think they have a deep receiver roster. I think Jalen Hurts is a great quarterback, and he's only getting better. And I would feel more confident going into that game if I had my franchise guy, but not having him. I think the Eagles definitely have an opportunity to win it. It's definitely going to be a bloodbath for sure. For sure. And it's in Philly? Yeah. It's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one.
All right, Ashley, I love the way you answer that question. It's confidence in the Cowboys, but just kind of setting up the excuses just in case Dak is not back.
So I'm like Aaron Rodgers when he did with his receivers and he blamed the fact that they were inexperienced in case they didn't go ahead and perform. It's no harm, no foul. I'm taking a page from the Aaron Rodgers playbook. That's how I'm moving. That's
right. All the options. Ashley, always enjoy talking with you. Excuse me.
Was that sarcasm, Michael?
No, I really did cough. That seemed like it was intent. I was serious. I coughed. Jim Trotter knows. I just got my voice back. My voice was gone last week, so my voice is returning. But I still have some.
Maybe it's because you're asking for too much positive, reinforcement. It's hoarse.
And I say it to myself in the mirror. You're okay. You're okay. Believe in yourself. I do all these things all the time. But Trotter's right. After that Sunday night game, we're going to have you back here. Win or lose, please come visit.
Will do.
Hey, thanks for watching Brother from Another on YouTube. Make sure you hit subscribe before you leave, and be sure to watch us 3 to 5 p.m. Eastern Time on Peacock. Appreciate you.